Trends in international mathematics and science studies or TIMSS provide a reliable and timely trend data on the mathematics and science achievements of US students compared to the students in other countries, especially in the Philippines. These trends create a standard for some countries to upgrade the quality of education, just like what we have here in the Philippines. The TIMSS play a very special role not only in the development but also in the implementation of the Republic Act 10533, also known as the Enhanced Basic Education Curriculum Act of 2013, or simply the K-12 program. The purpose is not only to upgrade the quality of the Philippine educational system, specifically in the field of mathematics, but also to develop 21st century skilled and globally competitive learners. As part of our course in the University of the Philippines Open University in the course EDMT 201, Mathematics Education, we have to create a video presentation in the applications of TIMSS in our country's present educational system. In this video, let's see how these trends are integrated in the mathematics curriculum that we have nowadays. This is Castor Badenes, and this is Mathematics 101. We are tasked to do a video presentation of the application of TIMSS here in the Philippines. So I interviewed 5 students across grade levels, each from grade 8 to grade 12. They will be given 2 sample items from the TIMSS and asked these following questions. 1. If you are going to rate mathematics as your subject in your present grade level, with 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest, what rating will you give and why? 2. What difficulties do you encounter in answering the problems? 3. What made you answer the problems easier? And 4. If your classmate or any student in your grade would answer the same question, what do they need to answer this kind of problems easier? With these questions, we will know their ways or their difficulties and strengths in dealing with a problem. And later, we will use that data to create an intervention of the things that they find hard to.
Based on the interview that I have done with the respondents, most of them scored 8 with regards to their likeness of the subject. They said that mathematics is really a hard subject, especially nowadays that we have a pandemic, but with the help of the teachers and with the prior knowledge that they have to understand the lesson, they make their mathematics journey much easier. The respondents also stated that they have difficulty in dealing with the problem because they have this problem in interpreting or understanding the problem. Some of the grades, especially those who are in the lower levels, have dependency, or they need someone or they need confirmation if they really understand the problem. It's either from the adults that they have in their home or even with their teachers. Some has this unfamiliarity of the topic. Some needs illustration to understand the problem, and some of the students really intimidate when they have problem solving, and they have lack of exposure dealing with problem solving. Some students, since they were in the higher levels, they tend to forget the lesson that they have discussed. The learners also stated that enable for them to help and ease or to make their problem solving easier, they need scaffolding. They need help from they need assistance from their teachers or from the adults to confirm that they really understand the problem. They also need to look with the embedded pattern in the problem or formula that they have really known for their topics, or some of the respondents makes their answering much easier by knowing the basic knowledge, especially that this topic is actually discussed in the 9th or even in the 10th grade. I believe that the best intervention with this problem is that we teachers should put more problems or should integrate more problem solving in their topics. The students should not only settle for the formula. they should also learn how to use that formula in a way that it is related to the real life problems. So the best thing is to put problem solving in the topic. Second one is that we should put the methods on how to answer this problem solving. So one best thing that I can suggest is with the use of the Polya's 4-step rule of problem solving. And this way, they could know how to understand the problem much easier, how to go to the procedures of answering the problem, and of course, how to review the problem based on the results that they have gathered. And of course, I would like to suggest to all of the teachers to have a effective learning so that the students would not settle their learning to a short-term basis only. They should remember the lesson for a long term because mathematics is, again, in our curriculum, is a spiral progression. So it is important for them to know the basic knowledge.
In this presentation, and based on the observation that I had, there is really a room for improvement when it comes to our mathematics curriculum. But with the aid of the TIMSS, with the standards they provide for the mathematics education, I do believe that we can attain that improvement based on what we have. And I do believe someday that with the improvements that we can put into our education, I ensure that we can have globally competitive learners and that we can upgrade the quality of teaching that we have and even the quality of education that we have here in the Philippines. This is Kester Badanes and this is Mathematics 101.